And welcome back. So we're gonna start with the drawing today of Itachi. Hope you guys are doing great. Basically, you want to start with the basics. That sounds redundant, but you want to start with the basics on any drawing that you do. You want to sketch out kind of the skeleton of the drawing as usual. I'm sure you guys have watched a lot of videos about that, but I usually start with a circle. So every character, well, most characters have a circle for a head. So we're gonna start with the shapes. You should be able to see the drawing that I'll be doing. It should be somewhere on the top of the video or the left or right. If not, I'll show a picture afterwards, and that's fine. So we want to start with a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, even though that one kind of looks nice, right? And then he has kind of like a nice long jawline. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Itachi. He has a nice long chin, and then we start kind of curving it out, right? And it's okay if you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of drawing. So it's okay. It's a little bit more rounder, so we're going to round that off at the end. Right now, we're just focusing on shapes, guys. So yeah, so Itachi, if you guys don't know, it's obviously Sasuke's brother. Older brother, to be exact. And his hair is kind of like... It's very simple. It's kind of like... I don't know how to explain it, but here's, I'm just going to draw it. I'm not really good at talking, guys, but if you have any tips on me to be able to talk and draw, let me know. I kind of always go a little bit over the line here, because that's kind of where his forehead is. So we have to make sure we're getting to the, to where the headband is. So we'll kind of just draw like this. And a lot of these characters, honestly, is all shades. So we're gonna go kind of round that up, and it may not look like Itachi just yet, but hopefully at the end of the drawing we'll get to see the final piece. And you'll see I'm all over the place. But I do start with the head always. I think it's a good way to kind of gauge kind of where everything should be relative to the drawing. It looks like he doesn't have a neck in this drawing. He has one side of the neck, which kind of starts right here. And basically what I do is I just do kind of guidelines. He has a very long neck, apparently. He's like a giraffe. But see, for example, I'm looking at my drawing, my reference that I'm using, and I notice that this might be a little too long. So when you're using a reference, which I always recommend if you're just starting, kind of find places where everything lands in. So in the picture that I'm showing, you'll see that this hair kind of just goes up to like this part of the neckline, a little bit right under the chin, and then it kind of curves like this. And that's okay. Again, like if you make mistakes, that's absolutely fine. Don't get angry. Just erase. That's why we have an eraser. Unless you're drawing with a pen. What are you doing if you're drawing with a pen? You must be already good. And then we'll go like that. And then we'll go like kind of like this. And again, we'll fix whatever errors. We're kind of just sketching it out. There's probably better ways, but this is usually how I do my drawings. You guys can't really tell. It kind of looks like Sasuke currently, but that's okay. We have like a little chest bone here, and another chest bone right here. And this one kind of goes all the way to the corner. So there we go. Now we're gonna draw the neckline, and then that's how I start. So we also notice that the line of the neck kind of comes out here. Hopefully he doesn't look like he has a big old neck, even though he looks like he does in this drawing as well. But then once we do that, kind of has the other hair. Again, it's kind of a little shade, so we're actually not going to draw that because it's just shading, but we'll draw the thing that comes out of his clothes. He always has like very baggy clothes. He's like, it's always so big. I don't understand why. But anyways, that's how Itachi is. He does whatever he wants. But anyway, so we're just gonna continue the line here. We're gonna try to see where the ear lands. So on the picture that you'll be seeing, he's kind of goes like this, right? Kind of goes like that. So that's just kind of where the ear should be, and it's a very long ear, but we're drawing it kind of small. So with the ears, I'll give you guys a tip on the ears once we get to it. This one is not probably a good tutorial for the ears, but most of the ears, honestly, nowadays, they all look the same. So if you learn how to draw one ear, you should be able to draw all of them. This goes here. The hair is very close to his ear because of the profile that he's on. You also want to kind of do like a guideline here for that. You want to jump from the middle to the middle. So just kind of try to find where the middle of this area is. And then just go from there. So, his nose is going to be somewhere around here. We kind of match it to where it is relative to this hair, because that's the kind of what I'm guiding myself by in this angle. So I noticed that the mouth, for example, it's at the line of that. So we're going to go. And he looks like he just stuffed his face, but that's okay. Alright, he's kind of giving it some shape. And then once we raise the lines, you'll see that it looks a little bit better. Now, I am going to try to keep these videos relatively short. I don't want to spend too much time here. But I also want to make sure that I'm being fair to you guys. I'm giving you as much information as I can. So we're going to draw this other hair. And he has really pointy hair. I don't know if you guys are able to see how it's coming along. I hope you guys like it. The nose is kind of more like up here, and shading is very important. I shade a little bit just to kind of give myself some see, his nose is not like that. His nose is more at an angle in this image, so we'll do that, and we just kind of lightly kind of do the nose. Now we're gonna move up just a little bit further up. We notice on the drawing that the ear here, it's relatively close to where the headband should be. So we're just gonna draw the headband, even though there is another piece of hair right there. And the headband kind of looks like it's curving a little bit up, just a little bit. Just a little tad bit. There we go. Alright, it's looking a little bit like Itachi. So to give it more detail, we're going to actually just kind of draw this, and we're going to start with here. Draw a little circle. It's a little bit less than a circle, but it is like a bubble circle. So a circle with a circle in the middle. We try to go here. Try to center this as much as we can. We draw another circle. And again, right now, guys, we're just drawing shapes. If it doesn't look perfect, that's okay. This bone is supposed to, well, this line is supposed to actually cross here, so we'll go here, draw another circle, and then we'll just finish it there. This bone was supposed to kind of go like right here, so we're gonna erase that a little bit, and that's okay. I don't want you guys to just kind of follow this step by step, but just kind of see what I'm doing, kind of see the techniques. And again, it all started with a circle, guys. It all started with a circle. We have this that kind of comes up here. We're not gonna be able to do the shoulder, which is gonna make him look like he has a really big coat, but that's okay. Now I usually draw on bigger sketchbooks. I was gonna use this one for like just sketching my own characters, but it's okay. Maybe we're gonna, yeah, we'll do a line right there just to kind of emphasize that there is some sort of end to it. It's not an infinite amount of clothes. But yeah, Then we kind of just continue the hair here. Notice that this goes kind of like not even as close to this, so right around here. And then it looks like this line just kind of goes straight up, just straight up. Eventually it's gonna curve, but not yet. We're gonna just kind of leave that head shape there. This one also kind of looks like it just goes straight up for a while, and then it just kind of turns. I don't know when it's gonna turn because Itachi's head is a little confusing, a little big sometimes in some of the drawings. But yeah, anyways, we're going to do the line here. And as you see, this line kind of separates both sides of the face, which helps me determining obviously where everything goes. Again, everything is just perspective. Again, I know that there's a hair in there, but we'll do that afterwards. We'll draw the eyebrow. We'll draw the little eyelid thing. And Itachi has very beautiful eyes. But he has, every anime character now kind of has like this bold line on the top of his eye. And it kind of goes all the way to here to his hair. And then it comes out right here at the bottom. And you want to make sure you're not overdoing it, because sometimes I get carried away and I just go really low. And right now he doesn't have the Sharingan, but if you notice these lines, one is longer than the other. One is longer than the other, so you want to make sure of that. We'll go ahead and draw his eye. It's kind of a big eye, so we're going to do this. And then we want to make sure that we have the lines that are very iconic to him. And they go all the way to the nose, all the way to the nose in this one. It's not always going to be the case, of course. And then we go to the other eye. Now, I know a lot of you guys have issues with the eyes. I do so as well, so don't feel bad. But one of the best tricks is obviously to kind of have the line here. I usually don't do it, but if you'd like, you can actually just kind of go like that. You probably need a ruler. Don't be like me. But you want to go like that. That way you know where the eyes are going to be. And you want to make this line very, very straight. I personally don't use a ruler. Not good with it, to be honest with you guys. But it is a great, great tool. We're going to go a little bit higher here, because like I said, he does have a big old head. And then we're going to draw the other eye. So this is more like here. We have the little line that this line meets with. And then they also have the same start point here, so we're gonna do that as well. Now this one is like to the left and then kind of down like that, and we want to make sure, yeah, if you look at the picture, this one's supposed to be a little bit lower, but just a little bit, not that much, just a little bit lower. Then we're gonna continue with the little eyelid thingy, which is at this line. And then we're gonna go here. And this eye is probably it looks like it's gonna come out a little bit smaller than what I wanted, but that's okay. Again, this is just a bold, like the top line is always kind of bold. Then we wanna go right here. Doesn't look too bad, because you know this part of the hair kind of covers it, you know. So I think it's good. I think it's fine. And then we just gotta do the other eyebrow. Now the other eyebrow is not as, I guess, angled as the other one. This one's more like straight this way. He looks kind of worried for some reason. Why are you worried, Itachi? You're like the best ninja. Itachi is actually one of my favorite characters. In the comments, let me know who your favorite character is. That would be super awesome. I'd like to know who it is. And then we go and kind of do the hair, because we're going to erase that anyways. We see that it kind of goes up to here. And it's a very thin hair. It's not something too crazy. And we notice that this line also kind of goes above this line, so we kind of go like that. And then that's where we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the other part of the head. Then there's a little gap here. This is more space like this. So there's a little gap here, and then we go here, and this is where the other hair kind of falls down. It also kind of goes all the way down to here. Covers, this is a little wider than the last one, just a little bit. The good thing is that they're both the same color. And then this indent or this curve also goes up to the same height as this, so you want to keep it as parallel to that as you can. There we go. So far I think it's looking great. Not to toot my own horn, you guys know I don't like to do that, but we're gonna fix the mouth in just a moment. But that's pretty much it, guys. You know, this definitely goes up a little bit more. Yeah, like I said, he does have a big head, so this is where we're just kind of using guidelines. You'll see that there's a nice kind of gap here, and his head is very round at the top, so very round. And then kind of a little bit more, and then here again it's just very straight, and then bam, a little corner. So yeah. Alright, so we have to finish the other part of the clothes, and if you see, this is very angled. This is very angled because it has to meet this line right here. And we got that. Probably about the same size as this right here, so we want to go like right here. And again, if it helps with the ruler, definitely use the ruler. Again, I'm not a big, I don't know how to use it, so and it's kind of sad being an artist, but yeah. So then we kind of go like right here, kind of the same length as this, kind of the same space. You can measure it so you can kind of keep it even, but that's honestly just trying too hard. And then we go bam, line down, then bam. So his head looks a little big, just that now that I'm looking. So we're gonna just kind of curve it a little bit earlier than that. I think that's better. That's way better. We're gonna erase these lines, and now all we do is erase the lines, and that's kind of the hard part of the process. I usually just ink it with like a Sharpie or something like that, but I always want to make sure there's something in the back covering that so it doesn't mess up the next page. So keep that in mind. Those are little tips that I had to learn the hard way. I had some art that kind of got ruined because it was on the back and I was not using that. Kind of has a shirt. Usually draw kind of like a line to symbolize the end of the drawing. I'm gonna do the signature, and then that's Itachi, guys. That's Itachi. You know, all you gotta do afterwards is kind of add the details. Obviously, he has the headband, so the headband kind of goes like right here, and then right here. There's a big gap between the top one and this one. And then of course the symbolic leaf symbol. Now this I don't really pay, not that I don't care about it, but I don't really pay too much attention to this one as far as like where it needs to be placed. It just looks, honestly, when you place this anywhere, it looks good, so it doesn't matter. But you don't want to draw it too small, and you want to make it bubble. What I mean bubble is like do a second line right here like this, like that, and then this one is attached to that, and then you do another bubble, so like another triangle. Then of course, you know, he left the village. I don't know why. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys, but he left the village, so he's crossed out. He is a member of the Akatsuki. And yeah, so that's how I draw it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I try to keep this again about 15 to 20 minutes. It looks like we're almost at the 20-minute mark. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this gives you a little bit of help, at least in drawing Itachi and kind of knowing his features. Very iconic. Again, honestly, you could draw any face with eyes and this, and everybody will know that's Itachi. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you guys are doing that. And again, I do have other social media which will appear on the screen. So thank you guys again for joining me, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.